Okay, so if we want to remove some of the blue in this panel here, you'll notice that there are two different colors of blue. There's this blue pencil here that we're going to try to remove, and then there's this little bit of teal that you see here. So what I'm going to be doing in Photoshop, I just opened this background object. If it were me and there were 30 of these pages, I would put all of them into Photoshop. I'm going to jump Command J this layer just so I have a copy, but I would have all of them here, just all 30 or 40 or whatever it is. What we're going to be doing is we're going to use a technique where we're going to just use an overlay to get rid of this color by tricking the computer to not even show this color. It's kind of like when you're wearing red rose-colored glasses. You don't see any red because the red kind of like occludes whatever that is red in the space. So first thing I'm going to do is create a new layer right here, and I'm going to go to my gradient tool here and select the paint bucket. I'm going to zoom in here on this teal area. I'm going to hold the Option key down to select this color so that I have this color right here. And if you want to type it in, it's BEF5EE. You can use that. It's going to, depending on where you sample, I'm going to try to sample it, as good as possible. And then what I'm going to do is zoom out here. I'm just going to fill this entire layer with that color. As you can kind of see, it just occludes everything. But instead of the blend mode being normal, I'm going to change that to darken. And now you'll notice, if I zoom in, I can still see a little tiny bit here. So I'm going to resample this layer and try to get that darker color right here. And then I'm going to fill this layer again. And I can see a little darker here, and I'm going to sample that until I don't see any of that mark at all. And at this point, that color now is kind of invisible because I'm looking through this kind of, rose-colored glasses type of a thing, right? Now we still have some of that blue color you can see here and here because we never sampled that. So we're going to turn off this layer temporarily. We're going to make a new color layer here, layer 3, and I'm going to zoom in here and just sample this layer. We're doing the same exact thing, only now I'm picking up this color, right, this blue color. I've got this blue color, I've got a new layer, I'm going to fill it, change it to darken, and I'm going to look around and see if it actually looks acceptable. I don't see any blue marks at all, right? So I know that if I turn this layer on, I'll get rid of the blue, but I still have some of the green. So actually, I don't see any green at all, but oh, here it is. So I still see some of this green, but if I turn both on, I see blue and green kind of combine to create like two rose-colored glasses, kind of an overlay, a gel that gets rid of all the colors. All right. Now, if you had multiple images here, you could just start stacking them under these two darken layers, right? And then what I would do is one at a time, I would turn one on, and then I would use the keyboard shortcut Shift Command Option E as an echo. And what that does is that anything that is visible on the screen gets crushed into a single layer, layer 1. And now if I turn everything else off so you can see it, it's actually just this layer that we're seeing. You see that? Now, in order to make this black and white again, we just go to Image Adjustment, Desaturate, wherever that is, right here, or Shift Command U. I always remember that keyboard shortcut anyway. And now we've got our beautiful desaturated layer, but we can see that the whites are not pure white, they're kind of gray. So we're going to go to our Levels tool, Command L, and we're going to drag this levels up, just like that, until this thing is right where it's supposed to be, right there. Now, if you want to make this darker or lighter, you can change the middle as well. Don't change the black point because the darkest black is still there. Hit OK, and now you've got like a really perfect, as you can see, there should be no blue, and since there were two blues that we were trying to get rid of, those two layers here got rid of the blues. So again, the first layer is B2D2FF. That was one of the layers that we used. And the other layer we used, I'm just going to hit the little key, is A7EBEC. And again, we're using both in the darken format, and then we're just taking a layer underneath it, any layer you want, any of the images, go underneath that, and then if you merge them all, right, Shift, Option, Command, and E as an echo, you're going to get this new thing that all you need to do is remove the color from, Shift Command U, and then change the levels for Command L and move and scooch this over. And that's it. You can even use, if you wanted to, you could just use the levels here as a permanent thing to fix everything once you've got all these done. And that's how I'd go about doing it. This is the best you're going to get because you're always going to lose a little bit of information. But I tried different things, and this is definitely the best it's going to be without sacrificing too much. Hope this helps.